Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to use Squark. We'll step through how to create a project, upload training and production data, and view and export results. We're going to build a churn model to predict and prioritize customer risk. Let's get started. First, click New Project. Name your project and click Next. Squark supports 4 different project types. You want to pick the best project type for your prediction. Binary or binary classification predicts which 2 outcomes will occur, like will the customer churn or not? Will the prospect convert? Will the customer buy services? Multi-class predicts which 3 or more outcomes will occur. Think of predictive segmentation, offer optimization, campaign management, or next best and future best action. Regression answers the question, how much, and predicts a number across multiple rows. For example, how much revenue will we generate by campaign? Or what will my customer's lifetime values be? Time series forecasting predicts how much over time. Squark decomposes the seasonality trend and cycle in your data and predicts out into the future, end periods. For a churn model, where there are 2 outcomes, will the customer churn or not, pick binary and click Next. Depending on your Squark subscription, you'll see different connectors. Squark's connectors enable you to access data sources visually. You can upload files, access schemas, tables, views, objects, or use query languages to select and get data. But before we use connectors, I want to first take a look at training and production data. Training data is required by Squark. This data is historical data with a labeled outcome. Notice in this training data we have customer level data. Each customer is a row, and each column is a feature or an attribute of that row. One of our columns tells us whether the customers historically have churned or not. This is the target for prediction in our training file. Squark optionally allows you to upload a second file named a production file, which also has the same structure, except it's missing that target column. Squark will insert new columns into your production file when we make predictions. Let's use the CSV connector to upload those training and production files to predict customer churn. First, I'm going to select the training file. Then I'm going to click Next. Squark provides a preview of the data where you can look at column statistics, data types, and select your target for prediction. In this case, we'll select churn and click Next. By default, Squark uses all the columns that you upload in your training file. On this screen, you can exclude columns if you'd like, simply by clicking. Next, you can either add a production file or start training to build models. Let's add a production file now. Again, we access Squark's connectors and upload that production file. And then we click Start Training. You can be notified by email when the training is done, or enjoy the informative steps that render on the screen as Squark completes its processing. Squark's return results. The first thing you'll notice is the best model used for predictions, and then a natural language generated summary of your results. In the data table, you'll notice the row-by-row predictions. In this case, customer 6110 is 74.45% likely to churn. You can click on the label and understand what's driving churn for this individual customer. You can also look at model details and understand why the model's deciding across the historic training data set what it's predicting. You can add these visualizations to your view, and then you can consult the data science view when you want to find out more information about the various models and algorithms used. Helpful metrics are provided to evaluate and interpret the model. The predictions are provided again, as well as a confusion matrix. You can then export the data by simply clicking on an Export Data button and sending the predictions, the results, the models to any other system. Your churn model's been created. You've passed the data to other systems. You're prepared for the next meeting. You drive your business forward with Squark.